In this video, I will show you how you can explode the enemy when it collides with us. Just look at it. Beautiful. Let's see how we can do that. One problem that we have, when our enemy reach us, you can see the problem here. We want to fix that. Whenever enemy touch us, it should get destroyed and apply some damage to us, right? So for doing that, we have a box collision. And with this box collision, we can check if it collides with something or not. On component begin overlap, just click on it and know if it collides with us, we can check if it is colliding with the player with cast to BP player. If it collides with the player, this cast will be successful, right? So in that case, we can apply damage. So we can say apply damage to other actor that this enemy collide with. Just with that, we will apply damage to the BP player that collide with this enemy, right? The damage amount, we can put whatever we want. For example, we can put 1 in there, but I want to be modular because this is a parent class and we will create lots of enemy from this class. That's why I want this to be variable. So I will promote it to variable and I will call it impact damage amount, right? By default, it is 1. And we should do the same for other stuff as well. For example, this 100 that we use for changing the location of our enemy, it is the movement speed. So each enemy should have different movement speed. So let's just promote it to variable and call it movement speed. That's it. By default, it is 100 and it's good. Now with that done, first thing that we want to do, we want to disable the collision of this box because we don't want to apply damage more than once. So we get the box and we say set collision enabled to no collision, as you can see over here. So this way it will apply damage to our player just once. Next thing, we want a explosion. Let's see how we can do that. We have some asset for explosion. So let's just go to content folder, go to asset, go to textures, and we have explosion. Let's just use explosion 1 for now, but I want to create a folder for explosion 1 because if we open it, you can see there is lots of images inside just this image, right? We need to extract them and play them one after each other. So in here, I will create a new folder. I will call it explosion number 101 and drag and drop that in there. That's it. Now inside that, we want to right click on it, go to a sprite action and extract sprites from this big texture, right? Now you can see if I zoom out, it will understand all of the textures that is inside this one texture, but the auto won't work that good. I want to put it on grid so we can do it manually. Now we need to calculate the cell width and cell height. And how we can calculate it? You can see this texture, the size of this texture is 4096, right? And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 texture in a row, right? So if we divide this by 8, it will give us the cell width, and you can see it separates them correctly. And for cell height again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can divide this by 8. Now you can see we did find the cell width and cell height with some easy calculation. Now we can hit extract. And now you can see all of the sprites have been created for us. Beautiful. Now we need to select all of them and create flipbook for them. So click on the first one and go down, hold shift and select on the last one. Just like this, right click on one of them and create a flipbook. I want to call it FB Explosion 01. That's it. Now, if I double click on it, you can see the explosion over here. Now in here, I want to change the frame per second multiplied by 2, so 30. And that I think looks good. Let's just hit save. Now we have a flipbook that we can play it whenever enemy get destroyed. So no, for using this explosion, I want to create a blueprint. So no, let's just go back to content, go to blueprint, and in here I want to create a new folder and I want to call it explosions, right? And in here we want to have a explosion base so we can inherit from, because we have multiple type of explosion. So in here, right click, go to blueprint class of type of actor, and I want to call it BP explosion base. This is the parent class for the explosion. In here, the only thing that you want to add is a flip book, paper flip book, right? We can put it as default scene root. No, we can choose something. For example, FB explosion 1, and you can see it over here. For you to see it better, we can go to left side, and that's it. Beautiful, we have an explosion that we can use. But one thing that we want to do in here, we want to set the looping of this paper flipbook to false, so it will happen just once. So in here, we say set looping to false, hit compile, save. And after this paper flipbook get to finish its animation, we want to destroy this blueprint completely. So click on the paper flipbook and you can see an event in here, unfinished playing. Just click in here. Whenever it finished playing, we can just destroy it easily, right? Now just with that, we can go to our BP enemy base and in here spawn it. So we can say spawn actor from a class. The actor that you want to spawn, it has explosion inside its name, so search for explode and it will find the BP explosion base. Let's just put it there for now. Now for a spawn transform, I want to right click on it and split a strike pin because I don't want to change the scale at all. I want it to be 1 1 1, right? But the spawn transform location and spawn transform rotation, I want to get it from the actor itself. So get the actor transform, right? And we can right click on it, split a strike pin, use its location and the rotation. And that's it. Let's just hit compile. And now with that, we can destroy the enemy at the end. Just say destroy actor. Let's see what will happen now. If you run, you can see when it hit us, it will get destroyed and it will play that animation. Let's just see it one more time and beautiful. So now one other thing that I want to do before destroying the actor, I want to play a sound. So in here, I will say play sound 2D, and the sound that I want to play, it's called explosion 1. Now let's see what will happen. If I hit compile and go here, when it hit us, and you can see, you can hear it, that it played a sound for us. Of course, we could just not do it over here, and we could just do it in BP explosion base whenever the begin play happen, if we want it to happen once, right? So in here we can say play sound 2D, and because this is the base, we can promote these to a variable, promote it to a variable, and we can call it explosion sound, right? And if we hit compile, we can set it to be, for example, explosion 1. That's it. Beautiful. Now in enemy base, we just spawned the BP explosion base and it will play the sound for us. Make sure you save everything, and now if we run, if we hit us, now you can see it did play the sound as well and it looks nice.